Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I will explain classification of chapter 3, biodiversity. Biodiversity means the variety of organisms living on earth. There are different types of organisms on earth. The number of different types of animals on earth is over 1.5 million, and the number of different types of plants on earth is over 0.5 million. Some organisms are unicellular, some organisms are complex multicellular. Some live in water while others live on land. Some organisms can fly while others cannot fly. Some organisms walk on 2 legs, some on 4 legs, while some remain attached to the soil. Because there are a wide variety of organisms on the earth, it is not easy to study them. That is why organisms are classified into groups and subgroups. The branch of biology which is related with the grouping of organisms into different categories is known as taxonomy. We can define the term classification as the science of arranging organisms into groups and subgroups on the basis of similarities and differences and relationship. Why scientists classify living things? Scientists use a classification system to study, compare, and identify the living things. Why the organisms are classified? What are their aims? Number one, to determine similarities and differences among the organisms. The organisms are classified. To study the organism easily, that is why they are classified, and to find out the evolutionary history of organisms. That is why they are classified. Now, what is meant by evolutionary history? It is the process by which living and fossil organisms evolved from the earliest emergence of life to the present. Basis of classification. Look at these pictures. Birds, insects, both can fly, but there are a lot of differences in their structure. Birds are vertebrate, insects are invertebrate. The structure of wings of birds is different from the structure of wings of insects. It means that structure of organisms is also considered while classifying the organism into groups and subgroups. Biochemistry means the genetic makeup of organism is also considered while classifying the organism into different categories. The organisms having same genetic makeup, closely resembling genetic makeup, are placed in the same group, while those having a lot of differences in genetic makeup are placed in different groups. The embryonic development of organisms are also considered for classification. The organisms showing resemblance in the embryonic development are placed in the same group. The evolutionary history of organisms, the behavior of organism is also considered while classifying the organisms. The organisms are placed in group. The group is called taxon. The plural of taxon is taxa. The organisms groups can be arranged in order, and this orderly arrangement of taxa is known as taxonomic hierarchy. The unit of classification is species. Species is the group of organisms which can freely interbreed in nature and produce fertile offspring. The closely resembling species are placed in a taxon called genus. The plural of genus is genera. The closely resembling genera are placed in a group called family. Similarly, the closely resembling families are placed in a bigger group called order. The orders which show similarities are placed in another big taxon called class. The closely resembling classes are placed in a group called phylum. But in case of plants, we use the term division instead of phylum. The closely resembling phyla are placed in a bigger group called kingdom. In case of plants, we will say that the closely related divisions are placed in a bigger group called kingdom. So, species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, kingdom are taxa. If we move from the species towards kingdom, there occur decrease in similarities in organisms. The number of organisms will increase in each group, moving from species towards kingdom. But there will occur decrease in the similarities between the organisms. If we move from kingdom towards the species, there will occur increase in similarities in organisms. But the number of organisms in each taxon will decrease. Look at these organisms. There are different type of organisms. Which one doesn't belong to kingdom Animalia? If you observe these pictures, you will say tree doesn't belong to kingdom Animalia because the remaining are animals. Tree is different from animals. Phylum Chordata. Now again look at these pictures. Which one is not chordate? Means that the organism which doesn't have backbone. So if you observe it, your answer should be the earthworm is different from the remaining organism. The earthworm is not a chordate. The remaining all are chordates. Class Mammalia. In these organisms, which one is not mammal? The fish is not mammal. The remaining organisms are mammal. Order Carnivora. Again observe these pictures. Which one is not a carnivore? Which one doesn't eat meat? So your answer should be the deer is not a carnivore. The remaining animals are carnivore. Family Felidae. Felidae is a group in which the organism, the forelimb contains 5 digits and the hind limb contains 4 digits. And these have protracting claws. So, which one out of these 4 animals doesn't belong to this Felidae? Your answer should be the bear. Does not belong to family Felidae. Genus Panthera. Out of these 3 animals, the cat doesn't belong to genus Panthera, while the tiger and the lion belong to the same genus. So, it should be removed. The species live. Now, the species live is lion, but it is not tiger. It means that the biological, scientific, zoological name of lion is Panthera leu. This is the biological name of this organism. In this way, the organisms are classified. Now look at the classification of human being. Human being belongs to kingdom Animalia. The phylum name is Chordata. Class is Mammalia. Order is Primate. Family Hominidae. Genus name is Homo and species name is Sapien. It means the scientific name, biological name of human being is Homo sapien. You are Homo sapien. Thank you, student. This was all about classification.